Good morning, students. This will be the fifth session on the chapter Directing. And in this session, I'm going to take up another important element of directing, which is leadership. So, continue with your topic list. Write the heading leadership first. Write the topic number, write leadership, give a colon, underline it. Below it, write number A, small Roman A. Meaning and definition of leadership. Meaning and definition of leadership. Pages 260 to 261. Pages 260 to 261. So leadership, first listen, leadership is like supervision and motivation. Leadership is also another important component of the directing function of management. See, leadership is an inert and a very special quality, a unique quality of a successful manager, of a good manager, which enables him to influence the behavior and the attitude of his subordinates. Towards the right direction. And achieve the predetermined goals of the organization. So I repeat, leadership is an important element of the directing function of management. Leadership is a very special and unique quality of a successful manager, of a good manager, which enables him to influence, to modify, to change the behavior and the attitudes of the subordinates working under him, so that they follow the right course of action, the right path, which ultimately help in achieving the predetermined objectives or goals of the organization. So it's a very unique quality, special quality of a manager. All managers are not good leaders. It is only a few managers who are successful, highly successful, and they are good leaders because they have that leadership quality inside them. So it is a very special and unique quality of a manager, this leadership, through which he can influence, modify the behavior, the attitude of his subordinates to such an extent that all of them accept him as their leader, follow his orders, instructions and suggestions without opposing them, work with full dedication and sincerity and with great efficiency, and try to seek and try to achieve the goals of the organization. So that is what leadership is. Leadership itself consists of a number of qualities which we are going to discuss later on. In order to be a good leader, the manager has to have a number of qualities. Then only he will become a good leader. He will be accepted as a leader by his followers. So first of all, let us mark the meaning of leadership and one important definition of leadership. So open the bracket from meaning of leadership. Underline it. Don't open the bracket. Underline meaning of leadership, page number 260. Underline meaning of leadership. Then come down to the second paragraph and open the bracket from there. This is the meaning of leadership. Come to the second paragraph under meaning of leadership and open the bracket from there, which says leadership may be defined as the process of influencing the behavior and performance of others. Leadership may be defined as the process of influencing, modifying, changing the behavior and performance of others in group efforts towards the achievement of specific goals in a given situation. A leader is an individual who influences and guides the efforts and work of a group of persons who are known as followers. So a leader is a person, he is an individual who influences and guides the efforts and work of a group of people working under him who are known as his followers. The leader influences. He has the ability to influence the followers in such a way that they willingly strive, that underline the word willingly. That leader has such qualities and he is able to influence the behavior and performance of his subordinates in such a manner that they willingly work hard, strive towards the accomplishment of the common objectives of the organization. Close the bracket after common objectives. This sentence is very important. You can underline it. The leader influences the followers in such a way that they willingly strive. Strive means work hard towards the accomplishment of common objectives. Close the bracket after that. That willingly, that word is very important over here. And every manager has the authority to give command, to give instructions, to give orders. But not all managers become good leaders. Their orders and instructions are not taken, are not followed willingly, many a times by their subordinates. But a good manager is always a good leader. He influences the behavior and the attitude and the performance of his subordinates in such a manner, through his own qualities, through his pep talks, through his power of motivation, through his own qualities, that his followers, his subordinates, accepts or takes all orders, instructions and suggestions from him willingly and work hard towards the fulfillment of the common goals of the organization. Now, come down to the paragraph and open the bracket from here. From this particular sentence, the leader interacts with his group for the pursuit of common objectives. The leader has to continuously interact with his subordinates, with his followers, for the accomplishment of the common objectives of the organization. The interaction between the leader and his followers is based on interpersonal relations. A leader must first develop good rapport, good interpersonal relations with his subordinates. Then only the continuous interaction which is required between a leader and his subordinates will become successful and fruitful. The leader interacts with his group for the pursuit of common objectives. This interaction between the leader and his subordinates will become successful, will become fruitful, only when the leader is successful in developing very close interpersonal relations with his subordinates. During such interactions, the leader provides, because it is during these interactions, the leader is going to provide guidance and support to the followers or give necessary instructions and orders in accomplishing both individual and group goals. So unless the leader has developed good rapport with his subordinates, friendly and cordial relationship with his subordinates, good interpersonal relations with his subordinates, the subordinates accept him. If they do not accept him happily as their boss, as their superior, then through that particular interaction, whenever the leader is going to give them certain suggestions or guidance or give certain orders and instructions, they will not be taken seriously and not be followed well by the subordinates. So that development of rapport, interpersonal skills with the subordinates is of utmost importance if a manager wants to become a good leader. It is only then he will be able to successfully interact with the subordinates, the people working under him, and guide them, suggest them, advise them, instruct them, order them, which will be taken then happily and willingly by his followers, and they will work on those instructions and orders, follow those guidance and advices. Work harder to achieve the predetermined objectives of the organization. So, during such interactions, the leader provides guidance and support to the followers in accomplishing both individual and group goals. Close the bracket after group goals. So, this is the meaning of leadership. You can mark one important definition, a good definition of leadership given by George R. Terry. Mark the definition given by George R. Terry, which says, open the bracket from there, leadership is the activity of influencing people to strive willingly for mutual objectives. Close the bracket after the name of the author, George R. Terry. Leadership is the activity of influencing people to strive willingly for mutual objectives. For mutual objectives means actually for fulfilling the mutual objectives. Close the bracket after George R. Terry. Next, point number B under leadership in the topic list. Next topic, point number B, write down. Characteristics of leadership. Characteristics of leadership. Page number 261. Page number 261. Open the bracket from this sentence. The foregoing definitions reveal the following. Cancel till following and open the bracket from features of leadership and give a colon. Just open the bracket from features of leadership and give a colon. Number 1, point headings must be remembered and written. Open the bracket, underline interpersonal relations, which I have just told you while discussing the meaning of leadership, that a leader has to first develop interpersonal relationship, very close bonding with his subordinates, with his followers. Okay, so the first characteristic of leadership is interpersonal relations. Underline it. Leadership is a process. Cancel the word process and write nature over there. Cancel the word process and write nature. Leadership is a nature of influence exercised by the leader on his followers. What is leadership? It is a type of influence. It is a nature of influence which is exercised by the leader on his followers. Leadership involves interpersonal relations between the leader and his followers. Leadership involves interaction between two or more persons. Okay? Leadership always involves developing good interpersonal relationship with the subordinates. It involves continuous interaction between two or more persons. Number 2, followers. Please underline. A leader cannot become a leader all by himself unless he has a group of followers, a group of dedicated followers under him. He cannot be regarded as a good leader. So followers, underline it. Leadership implies the existence of followers. A leader derives his authority from the people who accept him as their leader. Unless the group of subordinates working under the manager accepts him as their leader, the manager will not derive his true authority. He will only remain a manager on paper by his designation. But in reality, he will never become a good leader unless his authority has been willingly accepted by his subordinates. So a leader derives his true authority, true power, true status, true position from the people who are working under him, who willingly accept him as their leader. No one can be a leader without having followers. Number 3, common goals. Underline. Leadership is exercised to achieve common goals of the organization. Leadership is required to be exercised by the managers in an organization to achieve the predetermined common goals of the organization. It is a personal quality which I've already talked about. Leadership is a personal quality, a very special and unique quality of a particular person. So therefore, not all managers have this quality. So only a few managers can actually become good leaders, not all. Leadership indicates the ability of an individual to influence others, which is very difficult. It is not an easy task influencing or molding the behavior or attitude or performance of others. That's a very difficult task. So a manager who is able to do this becomes ultimately a good leader. So continuous process, underline it. Leadership is required to be, a manager has to, through his leadership qualities, has to lead his team of subordinates throughout, continuously. It is not a one-time activity. So leadership is an ongoing process. It's a perpetual, continuous process, and it requires regular communication between the leader and his group. And to exercise leadership, the leader has to communicate, interact with his group of subordinates continuously. It is the process of securing willing and enthusiastic cooperation of others. You can underline this sentence. Very important. Leadership is the process of obtaining willing and enthusiastic cooperation of the subordinates. If a manager acquires or secures the cooperation of his subordinates in all circumstances, willingly, happily, and enthusiastically, then only he can claim to be a good leader, otherwise not. Leadership is purely situational, underline it. Leadership is related to a particular situation. A particular style of leadership may be successful in one situation but may fail in the other situation. So leadership, the style of leadership needs to be changed from situation to situation. It is purely situational. So a particular style or technique of leadership which proves good, which gives success in a particular situation, may not yield the same result in a different situation. So the style, the pattern, the technique of leadership needs to be changed depending on the change in situations. Close the bracket after point number 6. So these are the important characteristics of leadership. Next, number C. Number C, under leadership, topic number C, please write differences between leadership and management. Differences between leadership and management. Within brackets, write notes. Within brackets, write notes. Write down the answer, draw a line at the middle. Draw a line at the middle. On the left, write down leadership. And on the right, management. Underline them. On your left, leadership, and on the right, management. Underline them. Point number 1. So we are now going to discuss the differences between leadership and management. Under leadership, point number 1, write down an individual does not necessarily require a managerial position. An individual does not necessarily require a managerial position to become a good leader. To become a good leader, full stop. Under management, point number 1, a manager, or you can write an individual, needs to have a managerial position. An individual needs to have a managerial position to function as a manager. To function as a manager. Full stop. To function as a manager, last point, to function as a manager in a formal setup. Please write that, add that also. To function as a manager in a formal setup. Full stop. Point number 2 under leadership. It is an important element of the directing function of management. Under leadership, point number 2, it is an important element of the directing function of management. Full stop. Under management, point number 2, it involves, under management, point number 2, it involves a number of important functions. It involves, or you can write it comprises a number of important functions like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling and coordinating. Full stop. Another point you can write under leadership, point number 3. Under leadership, point number 3, it is based on the acceptance of the followers. You can write it is recognized and based on. It is recognized under leadership, point number 3. It is recognized and based on the acceptance of the followers. Full stop. Under management, point number 3, it is recognized and based on the authority of position. It is recognized and based on the authority of position in the managerial hierarchy. In the managerial hierarchy of an organization. Full stop. So these are the 3 important points of difference between leadership and management. I shall be concluding this session over here. In the next session, I'm going to discuss first the qualities of a good leader, and then we will move on to the last component of the directing function of management, which is communication. Till then, goodbye.